Here we are in section 3.3 exercises part A with the solutions to numbers 13 through 20. Looks like some review from the previous sections. Number 13, 25 less than, that's going to be subtract, 7 times a number is 73. What is the number? Well, we better pick a variable to be able to go backwards, so like an n times a number n is 73. Let's translate this. 25 less than, so we've got to subtract 25 from 7 times a number, is 73. Hey, look at that. That's an equation. We can be happy about that guy. Let's write it over here and do it. 7n minus 25 equals 73. Add 25 to both sides, plus 25 to both sides, and we do 7n now equals, those on the left-hand side cancel. 73 plus 25 is 98. Now, how do we get rid of this 7? It is multiplied to the n, so we divide by 7 on both sides. The 7's cancel, and we get n equals 14. Number 14. Well, let's check our answer first. And yes, n equals 14. Number 14. Two numbers add to 251, and the second is 41 bigger than the first. What are the two numbers? Well, we're searching for two numbers right now, so we need a first and a second. Let's call them F and S. So F and S, it says they add to 251. Now that gives us an equation, but not enough information to solve it. We need to know something about either F or S. Luckily, this right over here says the second is 41 bigger than the first. That tells us what S is, so we can take this and put it right in there. Now when we write this equation, we have F plus what S is, which is 41 plus F, to equal that 251. And when we do that, look at that, we have an equation. We know how to solve that guy. F and F, that's 2F plus 41 equals 251. We subtract the 41, we get 2F equals 210, and then F equals 105. Well, that right there gives us F is 105. We can now move that and put it right there, 105. Second is 41 bigger than the first, which is 105. So 41 plus 105, the second one must be 146. And you can check. You could do the other thing and say, hey, if the first one is 105 and they add to 251, let's subtract them, and we'd get 146. Let's check that answer. They are 105 and 146. Good. Number 15. We're solving these equations, meaning we need to get the variable by itself on one side of the equation. Do we have any fractions? No. Do we have any parentheses? No. But we do have multiple p's. Well, let's get them together. Add 4p to both sides. Just get rid of one of those sets, either the 5p or the 4p. And we now have on the left-hand side 9p plus 12 equals 39. And that negative 4p and plus 4p just goes away, cancels to 0. Now the p's are all together. All we have to do is unpeel the addition and then the multiplication. So subtract 12, we get 9p equals 27. Now we can divide by 9, and we get that p equals 3. Let's look and check our answer. P equals 3, indeed. Number 16. 5n plus 48 equals 7n minus 2, parentheses, n minus 2, close the parentheses. Do we have parentheses? Yes, we do. Let's jump those in first. So we get 5n plus 48 equals 7n minus 2n plus 4. Now the 7n minus the 2n, those can combine and we get 5n plus 48 equals 5n plus 4. We've got to get the n's all the way together on the same side, so we have to get rid of 5n on one side to see what happens. And we get Oh, that cancels and that cancels. The ends completely go away, and we're left with 48 equals 4. Oh, how embarrassing to write that down. That's not an equation. That will never happen. That means we have no solution to this equation. Let's check and make sure that we did that correctly. Yes, number 16, no solution. Number 17, 15x minus 10 equals 5 parentheses x minus 2. Do we have fractions? Nope. We have parentheses though. Let's jump that in. Simplify this down. 15x minus 10 equals 5x minus 10. We've still got to get those x's together. So we've got to either get rid of the 15x or get rid of the 5x. Let's get rid of the 5x over there. And 15x minus 5x is 10x. So we have 10x minus 10 equals, on the right hand side of the equation, that goes away. So we just have a minus 10. So good, we have the x's all together on one side. So let's get rid of the addition subtraction. Add 10 to both sides. We get 10x equals negative 10 plus 10 is a 0. Divide by that 10, divide by that 10, and we get x equals 0 divided by 10 is 0. Let's check our answer. X indeed is 0. Number 18, we've got some parentheses we need to worry about, so let's take care of those first. Let's jump the 2 in to get rid of those parentheses. So we have 2x minus 10 minus x on the left-hand side of the equation. On the right-hand side, didn't change much at all. Well, we can combine the x's together on the left-hand side. 2x minus x is just a plain old x. Minus 10 equals 4x minus 7. And we've got to get rid of one of those sets of x's, either the x on the left-hand side or the 4x on the right-hand side. Let's get rid of that x. And we are left with, that cancels, so negative 10 on the left-hand side and 3x minus 7 on the right-hand side. The x's are all now together, so we can just peel off the addition and subtraction. Plus 7 to both sides, and we have minus 3 equals 3x. Now we can peel off the multiplying by 3, so divide by 3, and we get x equals negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. Let's double check that answer. X equals negative 1. Good. Number 19. 9m minus 3 parentheses m minus 3 close the parentheses equals 15m plus 7. We have to simplify by getting rid of those parentheses. So we're going to jump that negative 3 all the way in. 9m minus 3m plus 9. Notice a negative times a negative is a positive. Equals 15m plus 7. 9m minus 3m, can that simplify? Certainly. You get a 6m plus a 9 equals a 15m plus a 7. We've got to get those m's together. So do we get rid of that 6m or the 15m? Well, let's get rid of the 15m this time. Minus 15m from both sides. We could have done either one of them and still obtain the solution. 6m minus 15m is negative 9m plus 9 equals 7. Well, now that we have all the variables together on one side, we get rid of whatever's near it. Minus 9 to both sides, and it's negative 9m equals a negative 2. Divide off that negative 9, divide off that negative 9, and we're left with m equals negative over negative is positive 2/9. If you put it in a calculator and got a decimal, you'd have something like 0.2222. But let's check our answer and see if they left it. Yes, like a fraction, 2/9. And number 20. We don't have any parentheses. We don't have any fractions. We just have to combine like terms. 8x minus 12x, that's a negative 4x, plus 3 is on the left-hand side, equals 9x plus 8x, 17x over on the other side. We got to get the x's together. Let's get rid of that negative 4x right there, so we can add 4x to both sides. and we're left with 3 equals 21x. Is that what it is? Yeah, 21x. Now x's are all together on one side, so we can add or subtract to get rid of stuff, and we don't have anything to do that with, so let's skip down to the end, divide by 21. Divide by 21. And we're left with x equals 3/21, which I think reduces. Divide by 3, and it's a 1/7. Let's check and see if that's right. Correct. Good.